Friends, so we this is the exercise 2 what I'm gonna do today. So to execute this we need MySQL server. So by clicking on this link it just redirects it to a new tab. So we just have to download this version, that is Windows X 86 MSI installer. So the next step is we have to go to the MySQL server, and then create a new user, that is John, with certain password. So then we have to enter the whole code. So we'll just go to the workbench now. So this is the workbench. So initially the user will be root. So we have to enter the password. Just go okay. Then after you come over here, you just have to create a new user with the name John. So I've already have it. So I'm just gonna connect new database. So we have to change the username to John. Okay. And then enter password. So yeah, this is the new query page. The next step is we have to, you know, copy the whole code and just then paste it over there. So yeah, I'm gonna explain the code. So over here, we're just gonna create a new database, that is testdb, and we're using the testdb database so that to create a table. So this is the code to create a table, that is we're naming the table after student. Then the first row of the table is ID, that is an integer, and this is a name. We've given the character, that is 50 letter characters, and the address as 52 and the status of 52. So now we are inserting three rows, that is insert into student values. So we have given the same values. So there are three rows, and the this one will just display the whole student table. So we're gonna do it now. Just change it to change the names of the table database. So yeah, we just have to press on control enter to run the program. So yeah, you can see over here the database test db is created. So we have to use it. So yeah, it's done, and we're gonna go all the way down and control enter. So yeah, a table is created. So I'm gonna do it. The student values are entered. It's entered. It's entered. So this is the last step. Control enter. So you get all the student values over here. That is, first one is ID, and the second one is name, address, and status. You can just verify it. That's triple one, and John Smith. It's 123. Yeah, same thing. So yeah, it's all done. So this is the way you execute the code in MySQL server. Now we have to execute the Java code also. So the Java code is saved in my local C disk, that is on users and on my PC, then Eclipse workspace and database, and then yeah. So we have to execute this test2.java. Click on the address and go to cmd, and so it just redirects to command prompt. So over here, just look into the directory if the file's there. Yeah. So we have to just execute this file. So now there is a code to execute. So yeah, this is a code over here. I'm gonna copy it and paste it in the command prompt. So yeah, it's all done. So we're gonna execute the test2 Java file. Have to remove the Java C compiler. Enter, yeah. So it gets executed. So this is how it is. And then we can also execute the same code and the Eclipse also. So I'm gonna go to the Eclipse. The code is over here in database, and then in source, and this is the code test to Java. I'm gonna explain the each and every line of Java code over here. This Java code is an example of how to interact with MySQL database using JDBC. JDBC is nothing but a Java database connectivity. It performs several database operations, including selecting and inserting data into table. I'm gonna explain each and every line. Uh, these are the import functions, that is import java.sql connection. So these java.sql package which are necessary for working with database in Java. Moving on, this code over here, that is public class test2. This line defines a Java class named as test2. The next four lines are private static connection statement and prepared statement and result set. These lines are declared several static variables of different types that will be used for database operations through the class. Uh, and this, sorry, and this line over here, it is a main method to enter into the Java program. Next one, this is just a print line statement where it just prints that select a table and then print out its content. So this is what it prints over here. Then moving on, this is a line which establishes a connection to MySQL database named testdb. So over here, it just runs on the local host, that is 127.0.0.1. So 3306 is a port of entry, and it specifies connection parameters such as server's time zone. So this is the time zone over here, which we have mentioned it as UTC. So yeah, this is the time zone which we have mentioned. And moving on, the statement, that is statement is equal to connect dot create statement. This is a line where like the object is created for executing SQL queries on the database. And this line over here, that is result set is equal to statement dot execute queries. This line executes SQL select query to retrieve all records from the student table and store the result in result set. Like moving on, if you go to the prepared statement dot set int. So this is nothing but these lines set values for placeholders in the prepared statement. In this case, it sets values for four columns: an integer zero, a name, a address, and a status. I'm talking about these four lines. Yeah, and the next line, that is prepared statement execute update. This execute update method is called to execute the prepared statement and insert the data into student table which we have created it earlier. Uh, and then the right result set is nothing but this method is called again to print and update the data from the result set. So if you have to update any result set data, so it is done by using this code. And the catch exception, he is used to block handles exceptions by printing error messages to console if any exceptions occur during the database operations. So yeah, this is how it works. Finally, close. Finally is the block used to ensure that database resources are closed properly regardless of like whatever an exception may be like thrown or not. It just tells us what it is doing. So then we just close the whole file. So yeah, this is the write metadata method, which is iterates through the result set and prints the data, that is name, address, and status. So yeah, this is the right result set where finally it just over here it uses a print line command. So it just prints the print result from the table and it just print all the data which is there in the student table. Lastly, this is a close method. It defines a method to close the result set statement and connection when they are no longer needed. So yeah, then the whole program is done. So now earlier I was talking about how to execute the code and other way. So this is how we do it in Eclipse. We just have to click on run test2. So if we just do it, it will just work all fine over here. It just at the starting, it just print select a table and then print out this content. Then print result from the table using this print line command. So this is the content in the table, that is student table. So yeah, this is how it works. Thank you.